All right, what's up, YouTube? Starting things out right with a
Hello.
super chat there, huh?
hmm
Well, let's start there then. Kelly, Detroit Atheist Queen, $5 super chat. Another amazing show in the making. Let's go. Thanks, Kelly. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you
It
too
has
can be
been,
cool like Kelly.
I was going to
What
say,
is
it
it?
has been a crazy week. Like
Yes, it has.
insanity from beginning
Yeah,
to
and
end.
really, we're only covering what's happened in the last like 36 hours.
hmm It,
Because it's been such a crazy week.
yeah, it's this whole like flood the zone thing that they do where if they get something bad, they just throw everything out there that they can because you cannot possibly cover it all. You just can't.
Yeah. I think, obviously, I think this has been to distract from the Epstein files quite most of
Yeah.
it.
It's managed to get it out of the headline, the big headlines for a couple days, but it's still in the under headlines because they're saying they're trying to argue with the court that, oh no, you can enforce this because there's no enforcement mechanism in the bill. And the court's like, yeah, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, let's say hi to Ember and Dawn and
hello.
Joe. And we've already talked to Kelly, but hi again, Kelly, Jason, uh, the Humanity Live, and Ryan. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming and watching.
Hello, hello.
We and there's Robin coming in. So we've got. I think we've got pretty good stuff today. I will go ahead and warn everybody though. It's. I mean, we're going to be watching a lot of Trump. Um, but I went and watched this whole thing so you don't have to. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and I've pulled out of an hour-long speech. 8 minutes is the important stuff. And I've broke that up to where we've got time to stop and talk about it and all that stuff. And so I'm going to try and break it up as good as I can. And again, like always, we're going to try and end on it at least some hope this time. And even if we'll get there, but the yeah, hey, so I have actually already made a politicality kind of side project video, um, all about Christy Nome.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna do a series of videos, and Lil may do some of these too. It's up to her.
I'll do some.
Yeah, or we may even work on some of them together, maybe. But the only the best people is what we're calling this, and because Trump is kind of famously said that he hires only the best people, and we know that like he's had the highest turnover rate in 40 years of any president, and
Mhm.
all that stuff. But this is really to look at those closest to him, like his cabinet members, and so I started with Christy Nome. She's been in the news a lot lately, and these are shorter videos. This one's like I think 14 minutes long, including the like intro and outro and all that crap.
Mhm.
So, um, and really just a lot of, and I kind of, added a little bit of, tried to make it a little bit funny. I don't know, but anyway, that's coming up. I don't know. I may publish that today, maybe after this show, I guess, and so there's something else there. Or maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait till this weekend. I'm going to be snowed in all weekend. We've got a foot of snow coming to Eastern Kentucky,
I
so
I might be. Yeah, they're saying there's going to be a foot of snow here,
yeah,
which normally doesn't happen, but it's been happening the last few years. So we'll see how people handle it this year if they freak out and everything shuts down for a week or not.
yeah. Right-handed Sith, should I stay here or move to Kentucky? You should never move to Kentucky. That
Don't
should
move to
never be
Texas either,
a thing that you want to do.
Mm-mm. Or
I mean,
Texas.
yeah, yeah. Uh, if you're picking to move somewhere, I would go somewhere, a little better.
Yeah, somewhere up north, somewhere on the west coast.
Yeah. Well, so check this out. I ordered because with the weekend coming up and it's going to be snowed in. I was like, well, I'll get on this a couple days early. So I ordered some stuff from Walmart. I don't have a car. I depend on delivery stuff and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
so I ordered. I think it was like 14 items. Water, like some stuff to make hot dogs, some stuff for a meal, like some eggs and just basic stuff. Some snacks for my kid because I know he's going to be out of school probably for the next month. That's how it is here. When they cancel school, he didn't go to school at all in December. So that's just how that goes. But I ordered all this stuff, and these assholes. Now, Walmart is a billion-dollar company, okay, multi-billion-dollar company. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and, and they it's not like they don't have a good inventory control system to where they know what they have in their store and stuff. So when I go through their website and I type in, say, bottled water, and it shows me
Mm-hmm.
25 different kinds of bottled water, I order the kind I always do. I get a message from the person who's shopping, and they're like, they don't have the water. And I'm like, okay, well, do they have some other brand of water? They have no water whatsoever. And I'm like, so all of the isn't that like bait and switch? Isn't that like I feel like it's not possible they didn't know they were out of at least one of those waters because none of their water says they're out. They have it all. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, anyway, yeah, they brought like 5 items out of the 14 I ordered. Uh,
Yeah.
so I got a package of hot dogs and nothing to go with it, a carton of eggs, and a 12 pack of Mountain Dew, and a couple snacks for my kids, some Lunchables and chips and stuff that he eats. But um, like it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're if you're in the area that's getting snowed in, be sure to go somewhere and stock up on stuff for at least a couple days. Be safe,
Mm-hmm.
stay warm. Don't get out in this crap if you don't have to. And like Ryan's tell you here, be sure to hit the like button. So TK, it's because it's online only stuff that you can order. It's no, I can order anything that's in the store.
Yeah. Same here.
And I can order stuff that's not in the store too. Like I can order online stuff that has to be shipped. I order this for like 3 hour delivery. Like I paid extra to have them deliver it within 3 hours. So
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, anyway, just a fucking mess, man.
I
And
like I yeah, I hate giving my money to Walmart, but like here that's pretty much the only place you've got. So
yeah. Yeah. For anyone who needs to know, if you have SNAP benefits, you can sign up for Amazon Prime for about $5 to $7 a month. It gets you all the Prime benefits and free delivery on your groceries for a minimum of 25 orders. Hey, so I actually do this thing, and it's here. It only costs me $6 a month, and I get all of those benefits and stuff, and it's been quite handy in the past. I think actually it's expired right now because I haven't ordered from Amazon in a few months because of some logistical issues. But the also with the Walmart thing, same deal. If you get
mm-hmm.
Medicaid or SNAP benefits, you can sign up for $6 a month, and you get free Paramount Plus with that. And I'll be taking advantage of that this weekend and watching the big UFC fight. Patty Pimblett is scheduled to kick the shit out of Justin Gaethje. So um, if you're into that kind of thing. I like it. I grew up in a boxing family, so that stuff interests me, but I understand it's not for everybody. Um,
Mm-hmm.
$7.95. Yeah, mine's. I think it's $6.95. I think. I would have to check. It may be $7.95. They raised everything else. It wouldn't surprise me. So, thank you, dear leader, for that.
Yeah. I mean, I think mine's the normal price, but if I get delivery twice in a month, then it's paid for itself. Which, like, just the convenience of being able to, like, put, like, the dog food in the water and all the, like, big stuff that I have to get there because I can't get anywhere else
Yeah,
and have it delivered is so nice.
yeah. Yeah, so Walmart, and also, I mean, you can use, of course, SNAP benefits on Amazon or Walmart ordering food. Now on Amazon, it's a little picky about what you can do, and I don't really think it's worth it. That stuff gets expensive in the pantry stuff because of the cost of shipping it, I guess. Even though they're giving you free shipping, like they still have to count that into, they're still getting that money. Believe that. The With Walmart, I do. What I usually do is I do the delivery and I'll order it the night before for like 8 o'clock the next morning or something. That way, it's early and I get my stuff and all that and whatever. I have had mixed experience with Walmart. I mean, so shop at your own risk, I guess. But
yeah, I've had problems too.
yeah,
So,
but yeah, that like Robin said, if you have Snap, you get it for half price. That's with Snap, Medicaid, some and like Social Security too. You can get it. So if you get some kind of social entitlement, whatever the hell you want to call it, if you get one of those things, you can get half price on those things. So I usually order my EBT items from Amazon Fresh unless I want need isn't available. Yeah. Now, see, I don't have that. So now I will say this: for the longest time, one of a fan of the channel, Will, who a number of you've met and stuff, for a long time, him and his girlfriend were sending me one of those like Hello Fresh boxes every month. For a while, they were sending like 2 or 3 of them a month, and I was like, hey, like I don't need that much, like. But yeah, so thanks, Will, when you watch this. But yeah, so I had some help from Will. That I was kind of struggling with a lot of things then, and but doesn't matter. Will is a good friend, and those of you who have met him know he's an interesting fellow. I
yeah.
imagine you had some kind of argument with him. In a good way, though. Will's awesome. He comes on here and hangs out sometimes. I'll have to get him to come on and visit us on this political show. Will, you'll have to meet.
Oh yeah.
We'll do Lil and Will, and it'll be lots of fun.
That works for me.
Yeah. So anyway, all that stuff. Yeah. I am looking at with the extra video and stuff that I told you that was kind of a political nature. I am looking at kind of expanding that and doing some more stuff. Lil and I are having a good time with this, and so we're gonna, we're gonna do what we can and try and like give you that information while at the same time doing it from like this like our perspective, which is there's a lot of left wing media out there. I promise I won't clickbait you and all that stuff like they do often, which drives me up a
Yeah.
wall. Man, I really like Jack Cocciarella. I don't know if I said that right or
Yeah,
not.
but the clickbaity
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, drives me nuts. It makes me not even because like I'll see the title and I'll be like, oh, and then I'll be like, well, it's gonna be bullshit. So a lot of times it drives me to not want to watch it and stuff. And but whatever. Say hi, Laura.
Hi, everybody.
And
Hello.
so
Sorry, 1 second.
no, you're fine. Do your thing. But I try not to do that. Now I've if I do it, I'll do it in a like if I would give you a clickbaity title, it's because I'm going to be making fun of doing that because I criticize left wing media often for that. Midas Touch, great network, guilty of that as well. But
Very, very much so. But if you pay attention to Maya's Touch, they tend to have like a series that their stuff fits into, like when they cover ice stuff, and they tend to use similar titles, so you can kind of figure out what the story's about without even
right.
looking at
They'll
it.
do like the caught on camera or whatever they call it,
Yeah.
caught live. Yeah, you know, I don't think Midas Touch is as bad as a lot of the others about it. Adam Mockler, Jack Cocciarella, Harry Sisson isn't quite as bad, but still a lot of it. But and And what's that guy's name out there? Secular Talk, Kyle.
Yeah,
He,
secular talk.
you
He
know,
does do the clickbaity titles, but he usually delivers.
not
So,
not as bad. Not as
mhm.
bad. And I mean, at least I do have to say he brings that emotion and that attitude towards it that kind of like
Oh yeah,
goes with, it kind of fits it or whatever. Gave us a little shout out the other day,
yes, he did.
which, a channel with over 2 million subscribers. He was on Piers Morgan the other night. That's quite the accomplishment. But so yeah, awesome. And really, I mean, I have to say though, the shout out wasn't for the quality of the channel. It's because we brought Lil on, right?
Hmm.
But whatever gets us there. um,
Hey, it
and to
helps to
be
have
honest with
connections.
you, whenever we talked and came to like an agreement of you coming and doing the show and
Hmm.
stuff, like you kept saying like, yeah, I do stuff for Kyle, and you had mentioned it 4 or 5 times over the
Hmm.
course of a couple conversations, and I heard it, and I was like, okay, yeah, she does stuff for another political channel, and blah blah blah, and just didn't, because
Hmm.
I'm not really like. I've in the past, I mean, where I've talked to like some of the people I look up to and stuff that do YouTube channels and things, I've been kind of starstruck in the past by things. So I didn't even really think about it. I was just like, okay, like, I've done. I guess the biggest person that I've done any kind of show with is Dave, uh, Professor Dave. And that wasn't on this channel,
Hmm.
but I did a panel with him and
Hmm.
awesome. So I'm kind of used to just talking to whoever, and it doesn't really, so it didn't click
Hmm.
for me. And then whenever you sent me a clip the other day, I was like, oh, that guy. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
I've been with him for almost 14 years now.
Yeah.
So I was literally fan number one that was not already friends or family. So I was there at the very, very beginning and
Yeah. A kind
still
of
there.
secular atheist channel that got into politics and stayed there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he started. It originally started out where, yeah, he covered a lot of secularism and atheist stuff, and then it just like the politics got so freaking crazy that he moved to the politics, which, I mean, all of it still has an undercurrent of secularism and atheism, just because like our government is supposed to be secular and it's not currently.
Yeah.
So,
Um, Big John Lovell said, I'm eating cherries from a bough. Be sure to wash your hands afterwards. I guess, but, um, never mind. So, let's I we kind of messed around here letting people join. We're almost at 30 viewers already, so
woohoo.
let's go ahead and jump over on our other screen here, and I'll have to reload that video. Yeah, I'll have to reshare this video because I left to fix some stuff and come back, but not a big deal.
Mm.
All right. So we're going to start, and just to tell everybody what's going on again today, this is going to be a lot of Trump, but I've tried to break it up. You'll see. Uh, we're going to start with the White House press conference that was a whole lot of crazy, and I'm only showing a little bit of the beginning of it. And we're going to spend most of our time on the World Economic Forum.
Hmm.
We're gonna spend most of our time talking about his speech there because it was batshit, folks. I mean,
Batshit is being kind.
it was bigly batshit. You know, it was.
That's the only way. Like, there have been numerous calls for the 25th since then from both sides at this point, and it's just like, holy shit, guys. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So this I've added some. There's like some fade in, fade outs. You'll see here. I just did the video like that, and we can pause there. If you
Hmm.
need me to pause before we get to one of those, just say the word. or do it yourself. You can do it. I forgot now.
Oh, I can.
All right. So, can I start the video? Why will it not let me start the video? Here we go.
But they're paid agitators and insurrectionists. Nobody talks about the fact that $19 billion at a minimum is missing in Minnesota, given to a large degree by Somalians.
Huh? You're muted. Joe, you're muted.
I do that. So sorry to have to pause before the first fade out here, but this thing, people have been prosecuted for this. The Somalians were kind of used in this as to appear that they were workers for these. It's a big fraud thing, but it actually wasn't the Somalians that were behind this. They were involved in it, but it was very much some good old white folks that were behind most of this, and again prosecuted. But he, this is just Trump being his xenophobic self, and brown people bad is kind of his thing. So we'll stop again here in a second, unless you got something else, Bill.
No, that actually nails it.
Okay.
They've taken it. Somalians, can you imagine? And they don't do it. A lot of very low IQ people, they don't do it. Other people work it out, and they get them money, and they go out and buy Mercedes Benzes, and they come from here, they have no money. They never had money. They never had a life. They never had a government. They never had a country, because there's basically no country. Somalia is not even a country. They don't have anything that resembles a country. And if it is a country, it's considered just about the worst in the world. They come here and they become rich, and they don't have a job. I was told that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Being able to come to this country and work and do whatever you need to do to become a successful citizen is kind of what the entire idea. Now, granted, it doesn't always work out like that in practice. It usually doesn't work out like that in practice, but that's the idea behind America, is if you are from some other country and you want to come here and make it, you can do that. That's the promise of America, which, like I said, I mean, it's questionable on how realistic that is now, but this is not the message he needs to be sending to anybody.
No. And if you can even decode the message, right? We know what he's talking about. But, if you're not used to decoding what he calls the weave, this is nonsense. It's not a country. If it is a country, it's the worst one. They buy Mercedes Benzes that he's just, this is the guy who criticized Joe Biden for being old and incompetent and all that stuff. And, in both of these speeches, I want you to listen to his voice and the things that he says, and just keep in mind, this is the president of the United States. Here he's talking to the press at the White House, obviously representing himself here. But at this World Economic Forum thing, this is him talking to the rest of the world, to leaders all over the world on behalf of our country. And it is, again, bigly batshit. It's just, it's nutty fucking crazy shit. And, but yeah.
That Ilhan Omar is worth $30 million. She never had a job. She's a crooked congressman. When the woman was shot, and I felt terribly about that. And I understand both sides of it. But when she was shot, there was another woman that was screaming shame, 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 right? You saw it so loud. Like a professional opera singer. She was so loud. and so professional. She wasn't a woman that was hurt, like, oh, my heart's injured. She was a professional. She's shame, shame. She's screaming, shame, shame. I said, that's not a normal person. That's a professional. These are professional agitators and professional people that want to see our country do badly.
My question is, how does he know who is a professional and not? Because he is very obviously not a professional in anything except maybe conning the fuck out of people.
Right. Well, and also, like, there have been people protesting us. Okay, who's paying these people? First of all, like, they're professionals. Who do they work for doing this?
George Soros, of course.
Right. But, like, and also, there was, like, this whole event happened. There was, like, a side road, and there were people there protesting, and it was just a handful of people, and this whole event took place in a matter of seconds. And it's like, how do you think that we got to that? Like, how do you think that was planned? That there's professionals there getting paid to be there in the middle of nowhere for something that's very unlikely to happen. You know, it's
projection. There's been a video that pretty clearly shows that somebody is there purposely trying to agitate protesters. And then, of course, the ICE troops swoop in and are like, "Are you okay?" Blah. And it's obvious that they do with some other feds to do this crap. There's also the thing about the one person burning a flag and then running off. Like, it's projection. It's always projection with these people.
Yeah, and they've been caught on video a number of times now. Status Coup was the channel that has a lot of those videos. There's videos everywhere, but there's a lot of good videos on that channel where they show some of these actual people that work for us that have been put in to cause problems and stuff. And the people of Minnesota have been amazing, though. They have put him back in your Nazi van, is what they told him.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota is really good with protests because, I mean, keep in mind, they had gigantic protests 5 years ago that, you know, and from what I've heard, just about everybody in Minnesota has been like, we know how to do this now and do this, like, you know, like they know how to handle these massive protests. And so, like, the government of Minnesota is doing just fine. They're like, we're doing just fine. We don't need ICE here. And on top of that, there are 3,000 ICE members there with potentially another 1,500 U.S. Army showing up. There are 600 cops in Minneapolis. They don't need more help. They never did.
Right. Yeah. You know, there have been cameras on every moment of this, and I've watched a lot of it, and I've tried to, you know, as bad as I hate to, Facebook seems to be the cesspool where this lives, but there's a lot of people who are like, they need to send in the military now and end this and all this other stuff, and it's like, so far the only thing I've seen is peaceful protesters being shot with rubber bullets and gas canisters and arrested and attacked, and ICE agents falling on their ass quite often. I haven't seen anybody do a single violent thing to one of these ICE agents, nor has anybody been charged for doing as much. So I really don't get. Well, I mean, I get it. I know it's kind of their MO, right? Like we're gonna just say whatever and continue on, deny reality and make it up as we go. But this is all on video. What the Trump administration asks you to do is not believe what you see with your own eyes, not believe what you hear with your own ears. And there can be situations where, you know, your eyes aren't the best observation tool, but this isn't it. Like this is, you can see what's going on. You can hear from these people. You can hear what both sides have to say. And to be quite honest, it's, you know, it's ICE that are the aggressors here.
Yeah. And I mean, it's obvious because even some of the judges that some of these cases have been before have basically said, as long as we can verify that video footage is not AI, then we're using it for, like, I'm accepting it as evidence.
Yeah.
And it's like, that should scare the crap out of every single ICE officer out there. It
Yeah.
really should.
Yeah. I get these ads on YouTube about sign up for us and get a bonus, and yeah, like
You couldn't pay me enough money.
yeah.
No.
If I mean, it's it's wild that I don't know what kind of person it takes to look at what's going on and be like, oh yeah, I want to get paid for being a traitor, essentially, for attacking American people and for taking rights away from brown people and all the stuff that comes with it. Like, I just I just don't know what kind of person you have to be to want to do that. I used to say the same thing about correctional officers too, though. I don't know,
Yeah.
like, why you would want to do those things to people, but there it is. But all right, moving on.
All allowed in here by an open border policy of the worst president in the history of our country. A man that didn't win the election, by the way, it was a rigged election. Everybody knows that now. Things were.
Protection!
He had to find
Protection!
some way to like look.
Dude, this is 5 years later.
Yes.
Fucking let it go already. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude. I've never seen such a fucking crybaby in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, he's this. I've never lost anything. Always win. I won the last 3 elections. Like, he cannot handle it, and he says he brings this up a few times here in both of these speeches, and so it makes me think, because just how I know, how Trump kind of operates from covering him a lot, that there's some funny business going on. Also, Jack Smith has been public lately about some of the things that happen. So,
speaking of, it's on right now, so don't go check it out. Check it out later. But Jack Smith's testimony before the Congress is going on, which is nice because it's the public one. But one thing about Trump is he has claimed multiple times the last few days and even few weeks that he won Minnesota 3 times.
yeah,
No,
he
did not.
Not even close.
The dude is such a narcissist that he cannot admit that every single state was not rigged, that there are some people in some states, and here's the thing, he is more than willing to punish the blue states and let the red states slide with whatever. But in any of those states, you have at least 40% of the people who voted for the other party.
Yeah.
So you punish the blue states, you're punishing your voters in that state too.
Oh, right. I mean, I think
he doesn't care.
His attacks on healthcare and SNAP, and I mean, he has it. Honestly, I think that it's affected more Republicans than anybody, or more people that vote red, I guess. I mean, obviously you're going to hurt other people too, but Trump has kind of made it clear that, now he's in office, he doesn't care, which, we always knew that, but, and still you get these people who their healthcare process have doubled, their food stamps have been cut in half, and they've lost child care assistance, and, they're losing their jobs because, regardless of what he says, we're losing jobs every cycle. The manufacturing jobs are dying quickly. Yeah. He says that thousands are being created every day, which is a lie. But this thing with the election stuff, and he goes on still oh, I won this last election by a landslide. He didn't even get 50% of the vote. He won by less than 1%.
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And his voters though just hang on every word he says. The sycophants. They just and it's tough to have like if you and I want to have a conversation, and people in this community probably understand this idea because conversations with theists and stuff will talk a lot about uh, logic and logical fallacies and things of that sort. So people here probably get it a little more than others, but um, he's just like he says these things and they buy it, and he just repeats these wrong things no matter how long like he's been told, and it's like if you and I decide that we're going to have a conversation about something, we have to agree on whether we state it or not is different, but we have to like agree on reality, right? Like
Yeah.
if we can't agree on the fine points of reality, then we can't really have much of a productive conversation
Yeah.
because we're in two different worlds essentially. And it's it's really frustrating to try and talk to him or to his voters or to people that just are all about Trump because they'll be like, oh no, we're the strongest country ever and gas prices are down and all this, and it's like none of that's true though. Like everything's more expensive than it was. Inflation is almost unchanged. Gas prices are almost unchanged. Like um oh, we got all this oil from Venezuela. Yeah, he took all the money and put it in a private account in Qatar. Um, like, which I don't even know how that's
Yeah.
fucking legal, but whatever. It's just
I don't from what I've seen is that no, it's not legal, but it's just like everybody who has seen that, which I'm kind of surprised that that some people aren't making a bigger deal about it. But holy shit, dude, it's going straight into his fucking pocket.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's not helping the US. It's certainly not helping Venezuela. It is going straight into Trump's pocket. That's all he gives a shit about.
yeah. If you listen to Trump, he's already recovered half of the total $37 trillion debt. And then he has $5 billion in oil money, and we've got trillions and trillions of dollars of coming in, but where's all that money at then? If that's the case, and he bitches about the guy at the Fed not lowering interest rates, where is all this money you're talking about? Show me the money. Didn't that used to be a thing? Like, there this you know this money doesn't exist. These deals with these other countries don't exist. It's all
Yeah.
fraud. It's all a Bernie Madoff scheme. Like it's just all
Yeah.
a big fucking lie.
Yeah. It is. It's him, and this is what. Okay, so like, there's obviously the taco thing of Trump always chickens out, but here's the thing: despite whatever else is going on in his little malignant narcissist head, he is still just your typical bully. To the point that if there is a country that's like, hey, fuck you, we're not doing this, he tends to back off real fucking quick.
Yeah.
And the thing is that's why I've been kind of waffling on what I think the ultimate outcome of the Greenland thing is going to be, is because it just depends on what he considers the point of no return. So, and
Yeah.
that's impossible to say exactly. So it's like, I think there's like 3 or 4 different possibilities, and we'll get into that when we get into Greenland.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I mean, you can like Trump and not buy in, not believe a bunch of lies. Those things are not uh, inclusive. Like you don't have to do that. But we got a question here. Average Joe Cool Atheist. TKA, I have a question. If two people are in different worlds and both claim to have reality, who is really in reality and who isn't? Well, so what I was referring to earlier, Joe Cool, is that we make some basic presuppositions, when even unknowingly at times, and not, you don't have to make these, I don't guess, but we usually agree that when we're talking on something that we're in the same reality having the conversation. Now, if you have a conflict of that, I mean, my best approach to that would be, you're not to check with somebody else. I mean, and you can argue like, well, how do you know that person's in reality and all that? But you're making a solipsism argument at that point, and that's the whole reason that we make that presupposition about we're both in the same reality, is to get away from hard solipsism, because you can't really you can't know that the universe wasn't created last Thursday. You can't know that you're not a brain in a jar on a shelf and this is all just your imagination. You can't know any of those things for certain. But so we agree on certain things, and if somebody disagrees on those things, there's usually outside factors to check that. Like in the case of the claims that Trump makes, we can check the numbers and the job reports. We can go to the store and see the prices of food. We can go to the gas station and buy gas. Like, we can look at people's insurance bills. We can look at the people dying and disappearing and everything else. Like, there's ways to verify certain aspects of that reality.
Yeah. And like the one thing that I've heard a ton of people say, and it's absolutely true. You can't lie to people about their own damn pocketbook. You can't sit there and tell them they have more money than they do because they know damn well they don't.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. And the thing is like, there is plenty that he could lie about and he could manipulate that it would be really, really hard to show somebody who's used to sound bites why this is not the case. But no, he just lies about fucking everything. So it's trivial to disprove like 90% of the shit he says. Like he constantly says like with the economy, like he had a mess. It was an absolute mess, blah blah blah. But if you look back at the economy a year ago, pretty much all of the indicators were up. Like the stuff either they were either up or like the bad indicators were coming down. Like it was we had a economy that was recovering and he single-handedly within a year has managed to crater it.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing. He all the time says, like, I came and saved everything from Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe Biden was the worst president in history. And it's like, we had a record-breaking economy before you came into office. And all you had to do was leave it alone, and you could claim those things. But instead you fucked it. Like
Notice, Republicans always do this. They have done this for years. They will inherit a great economy from a Democrat. They will say, haha, I fixed the government. I fixed the economy, blah, blah, blah. And then, when it crashes later on into their term, they're like, well, this is the fault of the Democrats because of X, Y, Z. No, bitch, it's your fault. You can't claim that the economy in your first year was yours and claim that the economy in your fourth year was not yours. It doesn't work that way.
He's responsible for all the good things, and Joe Biden's responsible for all the bad things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even though it wasn't his tariffs that caused it. You can look. I should have brought a chart that shows how tariffs have affected the economy, because we have this economy and all the bars on the bar graph are huge. They're bigly numbers, and they're like, you're going across the graph and things, and then all of a sudden Trump becomes president and the motherfucker's orange and a foot below the graph. Like, the damage has been done, and instead of taking accountability for any of the damage, it was Joe Biden and the auto pin. Like, we're a year into your presidency, and Joe Biden, you said he was incompetent and the worst president ever. Apparently he was a mastermind and rigged everything for your failure, right? Like, that's
or he was a stupid person. Pick one. And
low IQ individual.
It's not even the economy. In a year, he has single-handedly managed to completely destroy America's reputation. Now, granted, like, first time he was in office, he did a lot of damage, but it was kind of getting to the point that people were like, okay, they had a crazy moment, everything's fine at this point, and then the fucker gets reelected, our standing in the world is over. Like, over.
Yeah.
It's not coming back. I don't think it's going to recover in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out that Germany is one of like the most favorite countries and most favorite people of like people around the world. I can't remember where I saw that, but they're usually like in the top 3 or top 5 of favorite countries. Look at how long it took them to recover after what they did.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like I'm not necessarily comparing the two, but I'm just saying like you can't have this monumental status, destroy it, and then have it come back in like 3 years. So people who think that we're going to be on top again as soon as he's out of office are completely wrong. Like all the other countries are figuring out how to trade without us. We're getting left behind.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we can definitely, like, with tomorrow, we could reverse a lot of things and start back in a direction that's positive for the economy and GDP and job growth and all that stuff. But um, you can't. That's not going to happen overnight, though. The damage has been done. 200,000 federal workers fired. The economy just more than 200,000 actually, but the economy has just been hit so hard, and so much damage has been done to the infrastructure of our government and our economy. And you can replace those things and start back in the right direction, but it's going to take way longer to fix it than it did to destroy it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, maybe we learn some lessons to prevent things like this in the future. We're kind of, all right, capitalism. Have your opinion, I guess. But yeah, no, I agree with you. The damage is done here, and it's not something that you can fix overnight. And what will happen is the Republicans are going to lose terribly in the midterms if they occur. I still don't think they are, but the Republicans, if these occur, they will lose horribly. And then all the damage that's been done that the Democrats are trying to fix, they'll be blamed for. See, you made this awful mess of things. See, we're losing all this money and everything, and it's because whenever Trump goes through and destroys these things, it's not like we wake up tomorrow and it's filtered its way through the American people. It sometimes takes weeks and months for little things to make its way through, especially supply chain stuff. Takes a long time to filter through, and so the Democrats will be blamed for everything that Trump's doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
they're
the
gonna
wealthiest gun nation in the world. That's perfect summation.
Yeah. I mean, of course, he's going to try and lay everything at the foot of Democrats, and like even once he's not in office and doesn't have power for whatever reason, even at that point, yeah, the Republicans are still going to blame the Democrats because part of it is avoid just they can't avoid just slamming the hell out of the other side and saying why all their plans are terrible. And they can't point out their plans because their plans are also just as bad, but they benefit people that they want. Like, that's...
Yeah.
It's just... It's because he went after Ilhan Omar for no fucking reason. None.
Well, you know the reason.
Yeah, I mean, I know the reason, but it's someone had pointed out, like, even in states like fucking Russia and Hungary that have dictatorial leaders would not necessarily go after a politician like that. They would be
No.
at least classier about it.
Yeah. Usually these things are done like, and there's some sort of covertness to it, right? Like, you're sly and you do things kind of in the background, and especially politically, like you can you can harm someone politically without making a public scene out of it. And
Mm-hmm.
no, that's what you got to realize, though. The people we're dealing with here, their will to do evils only outdone by their incompetence, and
Yeah.
so
And their greed.
yeah, and their greed. Yeah. This is Jason Jacoby. I'm not sure how you say it, but Jason. That's the one intelligent thing Trump does. He surrounds himself with losers who can take the blame for anything. I call them useful idiots.
And here's the thing. The Supreme Court ruling that said that he has some sort of immunity on some things does not fucking cover anyone else. It only covers his ass. It doesn't cover anyone else. So
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm fixing stuff while you're talking.
mm.
The that way your face isn't covered up every time I show a thing.
Yeah, but it's just God. The thing is I've had a ton of conversations about MAGA post Trump. There is no MAGA post Trump. They are going to
No.
fall apart like mad. There's like 5 different factions, all with different leaders, all vying to keep it together, and there is not a single person who can keep it together. So,
Oh right, yeah, no.
yeah. So
Um,
as soon as he's gone, MAGA's done because they're not going to have the numbers at all, and there's nothing that would unite them other than Trump at this point.
well, MAGA tends to be really loud, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know this for certain, but I think that their numbers are uh, incredibly low, like dangerously low. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I think that Trump has lost a lot of people with the tariff thing. He's lost a lot of people with the healthcare situation, and
Mm-hmm.
he's lost a whole shit ton of people with the handling of the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, Here's one chat from Jason that says, "I hope that's correct, Lil." I think it is. And real quick, here's the reason: because you've got Trump that's holding everything together. Vance does not have the following, and he's pretty roundly hated by just about everybody.
yeah.
You have the Nick Fuentes wing, you have the Ben Shapiro wing, you have the Charlie Kirk wing.
Hmm.
You have all these wings of MAGA that you are not going to be able to get all of them to play nice together. And there's nobody
Hmm.
that has a charisma that Trump has, as much as I want to vomit in my mouth saying that,
Right.
that has the charisma that he has that can hold this entire group together that is only based on fear and hate. That's
Well, I
it.
mean, Hitler was a charismatic person, but
Exactly.
piece of shit individual, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, not bragging on Hitler. I mean, Kent
Yeah.
Hovind is charismatic, but
Mm-hmm.
not a good person.
Exactly.
They are not equivalent. Uh, I like this
Mm-hmm.
here. America will be the last casino that he bankrupts.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, he's
yeah.
working on it.
He's trying. He's trying hard. So let's play a few more minutes of this, and then we'll take a minute or two break, and then we'll hit the World Economic Forum stuff, and hopefully we have a little time left over at the end, and I'll open this up for other people to join us and come in and say hi or whatever they want.
All
Um,
right.
I promised that last week, so we're going to try and do it. But let's watch a couple more minutes of this. I've only got there's only about 45 seconds of it left.
I'm going to read a few of the samples, but look at this. These are all, each line is something that we did. Nobody did that before. And it's big stuff, too. Look, we have the hottest country in the world.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen Trump do. I mean, he's an idiot, right? And he's full of shit. And like, what is this big pack of like? It's nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of funny watching him just throw it in the floor, like didn't give a shit. Like, that's how I feel about it too.
Like, somebody had uploaded some of the screenshots from the shit on the list, and it's just like, holy fuck, dude, you count that as an accomplishment? What the? Oh,
I've stopped 8 wars.
I wish he would name the 8 wars because he
Oh, he
hasn't.
tries. He
Oh,
tries.
he tries. He
We'll
gets
get
like
there.
3, and like he gets 3, and then like 2 of the 3, they've both sides of that conflict have said he didn't do shit for this. We worked it out, not him.
Yeah. He was, he was alive though, so he takes credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
At least half, anyway. Hey, what's up, Jasper? I think that's how you say that. And real quick, before we hit our break thing here, if you're new here, please give us a like. And if you like what we're doing, subscribe. And if you're on Lil's channel, maybe come over here and show me a little love. If you're here, go over there and show Lil a little love. This stuff will air on both channels for everybody. And we hope that you enjoy it. We're trying to have a good time with it. And Lil, this is your 3rd show with me now, and I think you're doing a great job. And we have a great dynamic together for this political stuff. I think I really enjoy it. And Lil and I are constantly in between each of these shows sending stuff back and forth to each other. Did you see this shit? Like that's
Yep.
like that's our conversation starter all the time. So having a great time working with you, and I hope everybody likes it and
I'm
sticks
loving
around.
this.
I'm having a great time with it too. Let's go ahead and just end this here. There's nothing else really that you're not going to get from the other thing. And
it's all bat shittery.
Let's jump back over here on this screen before we start the second half here, and we've got a little fun thing here. Made by Jess made this, correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, she did.
As you guys know, Jess makes amazing stuff and is always helping out here and is responsible for a lot of the graphics and the logo and the intro and a lot of the things you see on this channel. And so, How to Roll an Asteroid, Jess, go over and check her out and look at some of the just amazing stuff she does. Some of the videos she's been putting together lately, they're short, but they're really well made and just a lot of good information and stuff. Go check out Jess's channel, How to Roll an Asteroid, and but do it maybe later. Watch this first from Jess, and I'll put it up. And we'll be back in like 1 minute, guys.
All right.
Meet Kip, named after a biblical scholar. Holds 0 degrees, yet remains deeply authoritative. At Kip Academy, she teaches advanced disciplines like ethical trait distribution, comparative couch theology, and vigorous face licking. Questioning authority is encouraged. Not all treats are created equal. Each snack undergoes rigorous evaluation using the sniff, lick, and stare methodology. Some are rejected, some are accepted, some are declared non-canonical. Ask Kip about theology, ask Kip about life, ask Kip if you should go outside. She will not answer, but she will judge you. Kip, named for a scholar, correct about vibes.
That's like the best thing ever. Oh my god, I love that video. You're muted. Mute button.
I have to have a co-host just to tell me when I'm muted.
Yes, my Kip is correct about vibe. She is thankfully sleeping right now and not being annoying. But yes, Jess from How to Rule an Asteroid made that. She is absolutely fantastic, and it was actually meant as a break for my channel whenever I do live streams, but figured it'd go well here too.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I have this set up to let's see. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll have to fix that to where it shows Jess's info whenever I do that. I thought it was in there, but anyway, yeah, awesome stuff, Jess. And what's up to the other Dr. Kip in the chat there? Good to see you, Kip. So we took a look.
I keep trying to get both of them on screen at the same time. It hasn't worked out thus far. I'll have another shot next Thursday, so we'll see.
We'll have to do a collaboration of the Kips. But so we've taken a look at Donald Trump's crazy White House press conference. That was just a little bit of it. There was actually, he left for this to go to this World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and that's correct, right? Davos, Switzerland, right? But he had some trouble with Air Force One, and they had to turn around because of electrical problems and land. They were over the ocean whenever they turned around. There is no God.
Excuse me 1 second. I have to go get my dog.
Yeah. Do your thing. I'm just rambling. So the second half here, we're going to take a look at Trump's speech at the World Economic Forum, and then we have a little bit of a hopeful message, or at least the words that I think need to be heard after that. And if we can get there in the next hour, I will then open this up and let some people come on and say hi if you want or whatever. We won't get into a big bunch of long stuff, but I did this so you don't have to. I watched this whole thing and listened to what Trump rambled on about and all that stuff. And it was over an hour-long speech, and I've cut it down to roughly 8 minutes. And I hope that if you're interested in hearing about this, I hope that this is a little bit of a better way to consume it, I guess.
Let us suffer through it. Let us suffer through the crazy ass press conference. We'll give you the highlights.
Yeah. I'm going to. Can you kick your screen share for me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
All right. It just slows things down on this end, is why I asked. But we had people should watch Mark Carney's speech. It's important. Yeah. I didn't. I didn't have time to. I literally did all of this last night. Edited all this stuff and got it ready. And I seen what Mark Carney said, and it is a great speech, and you should watch it. And I think Mark Carney was one of the best voices at this thing, speaking on behalf of Canada about how this is. We've all pretended that everything's okay with America when it's not, and there's we need to start to speak up and point out the atrocities and horrible things that are going on. And he used a comparison to the USSR actions, like communism, to explain his point. And it was done really well in a really good speech. Everybody should check that out. We do have a message at the end that includes some of the things about calling out Trump, but I didn't get that one in there as well. And maybe I should have. But all right, so let's go ahead and start this disaster out. And again, I've added, there's edit. You'll see the edits, and we'll try to abide by those. But if we don't, it's fine. Just say pause.
Yeah.
We have to make a safe word around here.
Months back in the White House, our economy is booming, growth is exploding, productivity is surging, investment is soaring, incomes are rising. Inflation has been defeated. Our previously open and dangerous border is closed and virtually impenetrable. And the United States is in the midst of the fastest and most dramatic economic turnaround in our country's history. Under the Biden administration, America...
Okay, there should have been a cut there, but all lies, right? I mean, there's some nuance to some of those things
Mhm.
he said, but these things are just not. They're not
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah, they're not. The only people whose income is going up is his buddies. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. His buddies are doing fine. Nobody else is.
Yeah, he claims that every American is on well, he claims that on average, even low income Americans are making an extra $30,000 a year since he became president. Um,
Bullshit.
I must have missed my check. They
Yeah,
must
I
have
was
got
about
it
to
mixed
say.
up with the Doge check and
Mhm.
the insurance whatever checks and the everything else that he's sending everybody checks for. Um, so yeah, I must have not
Yeah,
got that one. But yeah, this is just all lies. And of course, what does he do? He blames it on the Biden administration. He says
of
everything's
course.
good, and then blames it on the Biden administration that it's bad, uh,
Yeah.
which is insanity.
America was plagued by the nightmare of stagflation, meaning low growth, and high inflation, a recipe for misery, failure, and decline. But now, after just 1 year of my policies, we are witnessing the exact opposite: virtually no inflation and extraordinarily high economic growth. Growth like I believe you'll see very shortly our country has never seen before, perhaps no country has ever seen before.
Of course, right?
Mhm.
I've done the best thing that nobody else can do because I'm the best and do it the bestly. Like, it's just, it's always me, me, me. I did it, and everybody
Yeah.
else destroys it. But
It it
and
really it really makes me wonder if he's swallowed his own Kool-Aid.
yeah,
Because
he
I think at
swallowed some.
one point he knew he was bullshitting through all this, and I'm not sure that he knows he's bullshitting through all this now.
Yeah, I think he does personally. I mean, who knows really? Because again, we're dealing with a very like not smart person, to put it lightly, and
Mhm.
who is suffering from dementia. So
Yeah.
it's hard to tell what he knows and doesn't know, and what his grip on reality
Mhm.
actually is. Um, and I think if you listen to his voice and how he slurs and struggles
Yeah.
through, I think you can. There's a problem there. He swallows his own jizz. You said it, Ryan. But the this is all again. It's like I can tell you at any given time how much money I have. Um,
Yeah. I can imagine.
you know, if I have $37, I know that I have $37. Trump's never been in that situation to where like
No.
every dollar that you have and what I see it too. Uh, uh, no, we didn't get your link, but the chat is interesting. But like he's just not based in reality whatsoever. More crazy to come though.
Mhm.
Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we
Why did we pause here? What's going on?
country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Okay. First of all, what does that mean? And second, we are the hottest country because we refuse to do anything about climate change. Uh, so the dog thought it was funny.
The
The
dogs have opinions about climate change, apparently.
I bet. I
Yeah.
would too if I only shit facing north. Um,
They're so funny thing with climate change is we've had a couple of nights that it's gotten really cold here, and it's like out of season cold. And they have all three of them decided that I was the perfect heater and decided to jump up on me in bed to the point that I could not move, and that's happened like 3 times this year already. They don't like the cold at all.
yeah. Uh, and I just showed it on screen, but Andrew put in the
Hmm.
link to Carney's speech that Kip was talking about. Go check that out. Really, it's a really good speech. It's better than anything you're going to hear here. But
Oh yeah.
we try,
We try.
But I need to. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And
What the fuck
we
does
can
that
argue
mean?
about it, but there's no argument. Friends.
We can argue that they're not recognizable. Like, isn't recognizable one of those things that's very subjective to the like beauty's in the eye of the beholder type thing? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but still, like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like,
who knows?
uh,
Yeah. After watching Carney's speech, I feel more Canadian. Jason said, "Yeah,
oh
me
yeah.
too." Um, it was really good. All right. Yeah, I included that just so we could stop and be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, really, Pappy? Like, sit down before you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to his voice during this, though, guys.
Come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction. In recent decades, it became conventional wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending, unchecked mass migration, and endless foreign imports. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam, and that countries could be propped up by importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that Sleepy Joe Biden administration and many other Western governments very foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong. Was
All right.
Bitch, do you hear yourself? Oh,
Go good, Europe.
God.
Go good.
Yeah. Like, first off, what the fuck does that mean? Two.
I tell you what it means. It means for Trump, the reason that he is on Europe and bitching about Europe is because they're not capitulating to him.
Oh yeah.
For him, success and going good means do the things that I say the way that I say them when I say them. And I'm still going to talk down about you, make fun of your physical attributes. I'm still gonna like he here in one part of this he makes fun of French accents, trying to impersonate someone, and like there's just he can't help it but be like a piece of shit asshole. And Ryan, you're right. This is embarrassing. This is the World Economic Forum. There's about 800 world leaders
Yeah.
in this room, and they all showed up to hear what Crazy had to say.
The thing is, this would be fucking bonkers if he did it here. If he did it in a press conference, it would be fucking bonkers. It is so much worse that he's doing it on a global forum.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So much worse.
Yeah. This is when other countries view us, they think that we all subscribe to this imperialistic dumb ideas like this. They think that we're all this way, and that a lot of people from the outside looking in don't realize that in fact most Americans oppose Trump's ideas and disapprove of almost everything he's done, to the point that he has the lowest approval rating in history. He's his first term was the only thing comparable to it as far as bad, and he put up some of the worst numbers in history. And yes, there was a pandemic during it or whatever, but during the time that Biden was president, he not only made up for the pandemic, but set records on top of that. Like even if the pandemic would have never happened, there would have been this huge growth. So we're he's full of shit. Dr. Kip here's telling us a lot. Let's see what's up here, because let's just show it here. Let me tell you, the explosion of prosperity and conclusion and progress that built the West did not come from our tax codes. It ultimately came from our very special culture. 100% Kip. More coming. Um, this is the precious inheritance that America and Europe have in common, and we share it. I
Mhm.
think there's another one. Hold on. Having problems scrolling here. Okay, that was it. Yeah, I agree completely, Kip. You're exactly
Mhm.
right. The thing that I've always seen that I think I'm prideful to be an American about is not that it has nothing to do with money and tax codes and all those things and being rich and having a big army and all that stuff. Like it's not those things. It's the things that we've at least attempted and started to overcome. It's the our history where we have awful things like slavery, which we've not made right, and racism is still a horrible thing in America and one of the driving forces of the GOP. But
Yeah.
it's instead of hiding those things, we should be upfront about the fact that we were able to overcome that we were able
Yeah.
to stop slavery and at least start moving in a different direction. If you compare slavery to the
Lisa.
Civil Rights Act, I mean, you can see that we're making progress. Not as good as we should. I 100% agree, but it's those it's those trials that we faced in the past and how we approached those things and dealt with them and overcame adversity that we should be prideful of, not because
Mhm.
Trump made the tax code so billionaires can get rich. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry,
I,
ranting.
I mean, it's fucking madness watching this literally every day for over 10 years now.
Yeah,
Dude, like, I don't think I've ever seen someone with priorities as screwed up as he has.
it's like a
I
slow
mean,
motion train crash that never ends. Like
yeah.
it's in such slow motion and detail that it's spread out over years daily, and
Mhm.
it's just it's they talked about flooding the zone, and whenever you hear that you think, oh well, just horrible policy after horrible policy, but it's not. It's all this crazy shit too. It's all the it's
Yeah.
it's it's Trump, and Trump has been kind of hiding from speaking a whole lot and stuff, and I think the
Mhm.
White House press thing was like practice for this, honestly, because he hits a lot of the
Probably.
same points. But
Mhm.
Trump has always been a horrible speaker, but he this is different. This is somebody that's sick, um, and
Oh, yeah.
and not. I don't mean that like sarcastically. I mean this is somebody who has real problems that need to be addressed, and maybe maybe it's time that we talk
Mm.
about the 25th Amendment and
Oh,
doing
yeah.
something about
Yeah.
this because this is not safe. If never mind the embarrassment and all those other things, we're on the brink of starting World War III over this stuff, and it's because we've let Pappy behind the wheel when he's too old to drive.
Yeah. And I mean, there's two different mechanisms for removing him from office in the Constitution.
Sure,
The
both
fact,
need to happen.
yeah, and the fact that they cannot, for whatever reason, pull it off, like, something's fucking broken in the fact that so many people, I mean, so many, like, citizens are calling for the 25th or calling for impeachment and removal at this point that it's barely even come into the minds of the people who could actually do it says something that something somewhere is deeply screwed up. Because I mean, we've got a fucking maniac in office and we can't do fuck shit about it.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of wish instead of whenever Trump went to go into office, I kind of wish that instead of letting him go in and fire all those DOJ workers and stuff, that they would have just pardoned him. honestly. Like, I think that there would have
It
been.
wouldn't matter.
No, I don't think it would have made a huge difference. That's just something that it's the tangent that I was on.
I mean,
But
he's all about retribution. Like, okay, so the Nobel Peace Prize thing is kind of a perfect thing because even though Machado handed him the prize and was like, "Here you go," and
yeah,
the Nobel Peace Prize Committee had to come out and say, "Hey, you can't transfer it like that, even though you might technically have the medal, you didn't win it." But the thing is you would think that that would have been good enough for him, but oh no, it's not. And I mean, that's not good enough for him. And even if they were to have pardoned him, it still would not have been good enough for the people who went after him to begin with for completely legitimate reasons. He doesn't care. I mean,
no,
he's been on vengeance. That's it.
yeah, no, I agree completely. Maya says wouldn't help. I don't think that it would either. I just think
Mm-mm.
that I think that so much of this comes down to the the picture that it draws, so to speak, like
Mm-hmm.
the messaging behind it, and that's the only reason I say that. I don't think that it would
Mm-hmm.
actually solve any problems. The education would solve problems.
Yeah.
Wealth inequality being addressed would solve actual problems. I don't think that it solves anything. And as far as like, I think the Democrats see it as we're not sure we have the numbers to impeach him, and we
Mm-hmm.
remember that like when we did this the first time, we pretty much caused the explosion of MAGA. Like the
Mm-hmm.
I think those people were there and things, but that really hurt by trying to by letting him beat that impeachment um,
Yeah.
because nobody wanted to hold him accountable. Um,
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Like I'm trying to figure out, like at this point, and this is why some people have said as soon as the filing deadlines are done with Republicans, if they don't have a primary challenger, odds are they're going to come out against Trump. I can't remember who said that, but the thing
yeah.
is because of shit like this, he is becoming more of a liability than it's not. And
Oh yeah.
what the Republicans are banking on is essentially the same reason Ted Cruz keeps winning here, despite this state being very much purple if it wasn't gerrymandered to shit, is the fact that the people who are voting Republican are voting simply because they hate Democrats because that's what they've been told their entire fucking
Right.
lives.
Well,
I mean, they
there's
might
some
not
other
like the
things
Republican, but they'll vote
too.
for him anyway.
Yeah. There's some white supremacists and stuff involved there too. But
Oh, so.
the like we talked a little bit ago about how it takes a while for these things to filter down to the
Mm-hmm.
individual American citizen. And that's kind of Trump weaponizes that whole process, right? That's kind of where he operates is I can do all these awful things and then say it's really good because the effects of how bad it is aren't going to show up till later and I can blame that on something else.
Yeah.
And um I think more people are becoming hip to that trick. I think more
Mm-hmm.
people are becoming informed about their government. We still have a huge problem with that, but I
Yeah.
think that his extremism is pushing more people to talk about these things. I mean, I probably wouldn't be doing a political show if it wasn't for how horrible of a person Trump is. So,
Yeah.
and the evil and things that um, they would force on us if their incompetence wasn't always in the way. But
Yeah.
it's not for lack of trying, you know. Um,
Yeah.
Robin and I, leading up to the election, made a lot of predictions and stuff, and talked about 2025 and all the things that were going to happen. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to say, if you go back and watch those Politicality episodes, there's a whole playlist of them from back before the election, I think you would be surprised about how many things we hit the nail on the head exactly with what was going to happen. And um, but also again, we're not dealing with the brightest crowd, the sharpest knife in the drawer, or anybody with a full deck of cards here. So, um, do what you will.
Yeah, exactly. It's. I mean, it's the same thing here. Is like I was telling all the way up into the election. I was telling people that I know here. Look, he's going to do this, 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 and this.
Yeah.
And at various points within the past year, I've been able to go to every single one of those people and be like, "I told you he was going to do this."
Yeah.
What
Robin
the
says we
hell?
were. Robin says we were way more accurate than any
Oh
Bible
yeah,
prophecies. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
and not just us. I mean, I think a lot of people could see where this was going and stuff, and we
Mm-hmm.
were yelling at the top of our lungs, trying to tell the people who couldn't see it. We were trying to save them from themselves, and what we found out is uh, you can't save them from themselves when they're preoccupied with hate, uh,
Yeah.
and that's tended to be one of the biggest drivers of this, the scapegoating and
Mm-hmm.
minimalization of minorities and
Yeah.
marginalized folks.
Which the bright side of that is that movements like that usually, especially when it is right there on the surface like this, usually don't last that long.
Yeah, Maya, he's doing everything he said he'd do. Me and Maya we're on panels together where we're
Mm-hmm.
yelling at our own people, saying, "Why are you thinking that these things aren't going to happen? He's going to do what he said he's going to do." Like
Yeah.
that's one thing that we knew. And everybody's like, "No, he won't actually do this because that would be, people won't like that and everything." He's doing those things. Maya and I are trying to tell people, like, why listen. And you just, obviously we know though from talking to different people, whether it be pseudoscience things that Maya covers over there on Bad Science Sunday, or
Mm-hmm.
religious claims, or whatever it is. We know that you can't get people to listen ever. Not nobody learns by hearing. They learn by doing and screwing up. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, in this case, there's a lot of collateral damage that goes with that. And
Mm-hmm.
here we are, folks.
Yeah, like theoretically just said, he also does the exact opposite of what he said not to be a war president.
Yeah,
It's one of those things that everything, especially like the times that he said, yes, I'll do the tour thing, no, I won't. The biggest, the easiest way to look at it is look at what benefits him and
yeah,
look at how fucking narcissistic he is, and you can usually figure out exactly what he's gonna do.
yeah. If it's harmful things, he does it. If it's
Mm-hmm.
positive things, he doesn't. That's if he promises to do anything that benefits anyone other than him, it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, if he promises to do things that are harmful to people, and or he's the only beneficiary of, you can bet your ass he's going to do it. The That's kind of how I decode some of this, but everybody has to
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
But what did Maya say here? People didn't pay attention. Let me go back up and grab this comment real quick here. Oh wait, I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. Here it is. People didn't pay attention to all the stopgaps he removed during Biden's term. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Whenever he was sitting down and having dinner with Nick Fuentes and Kanye West, that should have been the end of this. But unfortunately,
mm-hmm.
America has a lot of hate, and uh, you know too
Yeah.
much of the right cheered those things on rather than condemning them like any reasonable person should. And
Yeah.
we're not dealing with reasonable people, though, are we?
No, we're not. I mean, I know somebody here who voted for Trump, was all up Trump's butt about it, and then was just shocked and dismayed and horrified that one of their family members got picked up and deported.
Yeah,
What the fuck did you think was going to happen?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
really?
He's not going to do that to us. It's the other people, because that's
Yeah.
how Trump built it all, right?
Yeah.
Scapegoat people. It's always those other people that he's going to stop, and
Yeah.
he's going to fearmonger and fearmonger, and then it's those others that are going to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we were all the others. And while there's groups that were definitely scapegoated much worse, and again, marginalized minority folks took the brunt of it. Because he knew they didn't have the ability to fight back at a level that would be significant. So he fearmongered and created this boogeyman out of brown people and trans people. And in fact, I skipped over in this speech where he says a bunch of bigoted shit about trans people, but
Yeah.
he scapegoated these people and created this boogeyman for everyone to fear, because fear is a strong emotion, and fear begets hate. It's one of those things that's easy for him to manage, right?
Mhm.
Those are, while it's a whole complex thing to discuss the nuance of each one of these things, at the heart of it, it's a very simple thing: hate those other people, and just
Yeah.
everybody thought, I love Trump, I'm not the other people, and you were the whole time. You were always the other
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
Yeah. It's just it's absolute madness on what he has turned this country into. It's absurd.
yeah,
It's what made my first term the most successful 4-year term that we've ever had from a financial standpoint.
yeah.
Uh
What?
huh.
So, what metric would we like to use to measure that his first term was the most successful from a financial standpoint or any other standpoint? What metric would anyone like to propose that we use to measure that? Because Trump comes in nearly dead last on all of them. Uh,
Yeah.
there was a couple of things decades before that nearly 100 years before that were serious, but
Mm.
and performed worse than this. But in modern age, Trump has the worst numbers in history, and it's why a bipartisan panel of judges um, decided he was the worst president in American history.
Yeah.
Uh, to then turn around and say my first term was the best ever, like,
I mean,
again, this is just like not connected to reality in any way.
I mean, with on that list of worst presidents, I mean, he is there with some really fucking bad ones,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It would be hard pressed to find somebody on this side that would not take any of the other bad ones over this guy.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Ugh.
I agree completely. Jason, or no, theoretically, he comes to Switzerland to tell us if it wasn't for the USA, we would all be talking German. We were already talking German before World War II in this region. Yeah, I thought that was funny. He's,
Yeah.
you know, he's like, you would all be speaking German now in a place where the language is German.
Yeah. And the thing about World War II is we got into it at the last fucking moment. And we had to be bombed and have Hitler declare war on us for us to get our asses in there.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
aren't the salvation of Europe. The USSR was. They're the ones who were able to wipe out enough of the Nazi army that they weren't posing as big of a threat.
Oh, right.
Like, holy
Yeah.
crap, dude! Like, my god! Like, I know revisionist history, but this guy knows nothing.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, you're exactly right. That's the best way to put it. It's crazy talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on.
50 million barrels from Venezuela alone.
Venezuela, you know,
Oh god!
50 million barrels from Venezuela.
I almost don't even notice when he like fucks up a word like that anymore, just because I've heard him so often and I'm so used to him spouting crazy.
Yeah. Well,
But
I used to not pick apart speeches like this because I understand that
mhm.
people, have gaffes and whatever. So I used to not be as critical, but I've watched the right pick apart everything that Joe Biden and Barack
Oh yeah.
Obama has ever said or done. And so I'm going to point out every time that Trump falls asleep during a live press conference or says, calls Greenland Iceland or whatever, says
Yeah.
that the people there don't speak German when they do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick on him because that's the world he's built.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
right went after Obama because he wore a tan fucking suit.
yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, people.
You son of a bitch! And remember the the
Ugh.
the, the salute. He was they were all tore up because he saluted with a cup of coffee in his hand, and just
Yeah.
you know these little things and they made this was like the tan suit thing was like 24 hours on Fox News. Um, uh, M&M's being too sexy was a whole big
Mm,
thing on Fox News. Like the petty, stupid shit that they find. The thing is, though, and this is something the left has to do better because let me be really
mhm,
clear about this. I am as left leaning can be left, but
mhm.
I don't always agree with the Democrats. I think that the
Oh, me
Democratic
neither.
Party in this nation is weak and often useless and a failure in many ways. But they're not the fucking Nazi party, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I have a huge problem with of people who are still sitting there and saying like, "Oh, well, the parties are the same." One is objectively worse than the other. Just like objectively worse. Shit might not change that much under the Democrats, but like they're rounding people up, disappearing them. They're letting people get killed. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my god, like the parties are not the fucking same here. They're just
No.
not.
No, no.
And yeah.
They're not comparable. They're not playing the same game. That's what I always say is Democrats um, Democrats are often accused of breaking the rules of the game, while
Mhm.
Republicans are playing a different game completely. Uh,
Yeah.
but that's the way that I try to phrase it, and that makes sense to me. I don't know if everybody else gets that, but that's the
Yeah.
um, um,
Ugh.
that's funny. I'm about as right as you can get, but I don't always agree with things Republicans say or do. That's hey Joe Cool, and you and I have talked, and you were friendly. I disagree with you on a number of things, obviously, but we were able to talk with each other, and I don't think that it includes every person who's on the right. I think that I think that the problem is though is that while you may not agree with those things and you may think it's awful what ICE is doing or the immigration or the Epstein files, you may have problems with those things. Um, Continuing to vote right does that. Like I can't help but think that if you at this point, especially with the Epstein files, the GOP is actively protecting sex offenders who
Mhm.
who harms children, um, uh, pedos, and the a vote for the right or supporting the things the right does. I really can't understand wanting to be part of that, wanting to because even if I disagreed with everything the left had to say, um, I disagree more with covering for pedos. Uh, and
Yeah.
I always will. So I'm not saying that that's your motivation, Joe. Don't misunderstand me, but I have this thing where it's like, in some way, if you're even passively approving of what's going on as far as that and
Yeah.
the Gestapo top stuff on the street and the violation of due process and people's rights and just all the awful things that they're doing to harm American citizens. We have threats of soldiers in American cities because people are peacefully protesting. Like I can't help but be upset when someone supports people that do those things, even if you
Yeah.
don't support those ideals.
Yeah.
And take it as you will, Joe.
I mean, the thing is like the Republicans are just outright shredding the Constitution at this point. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh hell, Bigfoot. What's up, Dave? I see you. All right, let's go on.
Venezuela's been an amazing place for so many years, but then they went bad with their policies. 20 years ago, it was a great country, and now it's got problems, but we're helping them. And those 50 million barrels, we're going to be splitting up with them, and they'll be making more money. They've made it a long time. Venezuela is going to do fantastically well. We appreciate all of the cooperation we've been giving.
Yeah, we appreciate the cooperation we've been giving. The
Huh? Like,
you stole their oil. You are a pirate. You went in
yeah.
and
Oh,
invaded, kidnapped their leader, stole their oil, sold it, and put it in a private Qatari bank account. How are we benefiting the Venezuela people again? Like,
don't insult pirates like that.
yeah, I know.
but
I actually fly
y-
a pirate flag in a sense, but um, the I just it blows my mind to sit and say like it's look, I don't get not like your base doesn't care what you do. Obviously, you could. Trump had famously said I could go out on Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and nothing would happen, and he's
yeah,
right. He
yeah,
could, and so why not just call it what it is, man? Why not just say, fuck Venezuela, we're taking their shit. Like, I don't like that guy. He made fun of me. So we blew up their boats and kidnapped their president. Like, because that's what it is.
yeah.
It's not help the Venezuelan people and do all these things. And besides, if it was, what about the American people? We're helping the Venezuelan people while you're sending troops into American cities?
Yeah.
Like,
And spending $1 billion on a fucking Air Force One that was given to him by the Qataris that he gets to keep, by the
yeah,
way.
it's
Or,
donated to his presidential library, which is a
yeah,
scam.
or $400 million for a fucking gaudy ass ballroom.
Yeah.
When we literally have people starving.
Yeah. Yeah. During the time that he was saying we couldn't have SNAP and they couldn't fund SNAP, he gave $40 billion to Argentina.
Yeah.
During
What
the same
fuck?
week. American families, your children are going to go hungry, you are going to starve, but Argentina needs $40 billion.
Yeah.
How
We
much
only
could you
need 2
fix in
pencils.
America with $40 billion? Like, if you really wanted to fix things, how much good could you do?
Yeah.
Titan Uranus is here.
Hello.
Hi, Titan. What's
Yeah,
up?
it's just it's absurd. It's just it's absolutely absurd. And he's running around and like slapping his fucking name on everything.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. That will be done the moment you're out of office.
Yeah. Seeing the Trump name on things just makes me think it's like, what's the word, gaudy? Like
Yeah.
it's cheap stuff, like
Yeah.
fake jewelry. That's what I think
Yeah.
of when I see the Trump name.
Same here.
Aunt Jer says, on the side of Iranian protesters for doing the same thing American protesters are doing, and he's killing the Americans for it. Yeah, this blew my mind too. We won't let them harm one more protester. If they kill one more, we're coming in guns ablazing, and then like thousands more have died.
Yeah.
I agree that the Ayatollah is fucking wacky, but
Yeah. I
the
mean, yeah, he is a dictator. They do have a super repressive regime. But the thing is that fucking regime change is not our fucking deal, dude.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Like,
America first. Now let's pay
Yeah.
Argentina and fix Venezuela, and we need Greenland and Cuba and several others along the way. Like
Yeah.
what?
It's more like Trump's pocketbook first.
Exactly. This has Trump has profited from this from the harm and things he's done to people, the hate he's spread,
Mm-hmm.
and the actual anxiety and stress and uh, just horrible fear that he's created among the American people, and he's happily profited from it, and
Yeah.
will continue to do so. Him and his friends. The billionaire club has profited tremendously from Trump, but everybody else has lost, and they've actually lost too, just not in the same way.
Yeah.
All right.
Because of my landslide election victory, the United States avoided the catastrophic energy collapse which befell every European nation that pursued the Green New Scam, perhaps the greatest hoax in history. The Green New Scam, windmills all over the place, destroy your land, destroy your land. Every time that goes around, you lose $1,000.
The fuck is he talking about?
His obsession with windmills is,
Oh my God, dude! Like I have never, and it's apparently the windmill thing is because they have put some windmills outside of his golf course in Scotland.
yeah.
And yeah, he got pissed off about it. And Jesus Christ, dude, how fucking petty can you be?
Yeah, exactly. He just doesn't like windmills. And again, I want to keep in mind here that this is all distraction, right? Uh, he's talking about windmills because he doesn't want you to remember that for 32 days now they've been violating the law by not releasing the full Epstein files as ordered in the Epstein Transparency Act.
Yeah.
The they don't want to talk about that. He wants to talk about windmills instead. And the again, he started with his landslide victory. He didn't carry 50% of the vote, and he won by less than a point. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like it's just, and then to go into the windmill thing, I'm surprised he didn't hit sharks next. We've got what is possibly my favorite stupid thing that Trump says coming up next. I think. Let's see if this is it.
There are windmills all over Europe. There are windmills all over the place, and they are losers. One thing I've noticed:
windmills are losers.
What?
That's it. Every time I see a windmill, I'm like, you fucking loser. Like, what are we doing?
This is a fucking international forum. You son of a bitch, get off the fucking stage already and go into a nursing home like you are supposed to.
Yes. Somebody needs to corral Pappy. He's out hating people again. He's at it on the windmills again. Just let him go. He'll tire himself out. I mean, it's crazy that this is
fucking bonkers.
Yeah. All right. We may not finish all this actually.
Is that the more windmills a country has, the more money that country loses, and the worse that country is doing. I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark. Tremendous.
Sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect you now. Get the fuck out. Like, I respect you, Denmark. I'm going to just take this respectfully. That's like the thing where you say, I don't mean to be offensive, but you're fucking ugly. Like, that's like one of those things.
Yeah, it's like, no offense, but that but just negated anything before that.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to be mean, but you're fat and you talk funny. Like it's always followed by the most offensive thing ever, and he obviously has no respect for anyone else, but that whatever.
Disrespect. But every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States.
Stupidest thing ever said. How you're recognizing NATO, and you are currently in NATO. So how is it that protecting Greenland with the help of NATO is less effective than the United States protecting Greenland on its own? This is where the logic fails in all this crazy shit.
And the thing about Greenland, literally anything we will want with it, anything we will want to do with it, Denmark has literally said, all you have to do is fucking ask.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
we have military there. We're allowed to put as many as we want. Like,
yeah.
We can protect Greenland all we want. He hits on that towards the end of this, and I may skip around or may just let a few minutes play here so we can get there, because I want to hit on that as part of the Greenland thing. But yeah, are we good to go?
Yeah,
let's go.
We're a great power, much greater than people even understand. I think they found that out 2 weeks ago in Venezuela. No such thing.
Oh, you tough man.
Mm-hmm.
You defeated a tiny country, kind of. You went in and stole their leader and allowed the party that you say you disagree with their policies and they're awful, but you allowed the Maduro party to continue governing as long as they do what you say. Not in any way trustworthy about that, I don't think, or anything, but
yeah.
It is Trump.
Thing is rare earth. There's rare processing, but there's so much.
Let me rewind a little bit here, because I want you to hear this.
But every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States. We're a great power, much greater than people even understand. I think they found that out 2 weeks ago in Venezuela. No such thing as rare earth. There's rare processing, but there's so much rare earth. And
there's no such thing as rare earth, but there's so much.
Is it a thing or not? Is it a thing or not?
Yeah. What are we doing? What? There's no such thing as rare earth. Now let me tell you how we're going to get it.
This to get to this rare earth, you got to go through hundreds of feet of ice. And yet I've done more to help NATO than any other president by far, than any other person. You wouldn't have NATO if I didn't get involved in my.
How do you, what makes you tried to destroy, you wanted to leave NATO in your first term, which is what I didn't let him finish, but that's what he's talking about. Like, how was he of importance to NATO in any way other than the U.S., has this huge defense budget and how is NATO's existence in any way tied to Donald Trump in any way?
Yeah.
What metric again would you like to use to get there?
First term. The war with Ukraine is an example. We are thousands of miles away, separated by a giant ocean. It's a war that should have never started, and it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out.
Bullshit.
So, what was going on at the end of Trump's administration concerning Russia and Greenland? Or Russia and Ukraine?
Yeah, Russia
Trump was already, or not Trump, Putin was already massing troops at the border of Ukraine in two different countries. He was already talking of his special military operation before the election even happened. It was a big story at the end of Trump's term because will he do anything because he didn't say or do
Yeah.
anything for the last bit after January 6th.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah,
again,
it's just
he
madness.
depends on the ignorance of people. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
it ignorance and lack of critical thinking skills. That's why I always preach, so to speak, about education.
Mm-hmm.
People will soon be prosecuted for what they did.
For the
Working
election
on this war for 1 year, during which time I settled 8 other wars. India, Pakistan.
Name a
I
bitch.
settled other wars that were. Vladimir Putin called me, Armenia, Azerbaijan. He said, I can't believe you.
Who speaks in, like, he started a sentence, inserted another sentence mid sentence, and then went back to that sentence. Because what he said, if you read this off a piece of paper, Putin
Yeah.
called me Armenia. What?
Yeah. Seriously, read any of his speeches. Like, print out the transcript and read it. It
Yeah.
sounds fucking absurd and bonkers and just like riddled with dementia.
Maybe okay. So next week, since we didn't get to bring people on this week. Next week,
Mm-hmm.
how about we do that? We get some
Okay.
snippets of things that Trump has said in text, and we have an open panel and let people
Hell,
come on and read it out loud.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Everybody sound down for that in chat? Does that sound like a fun time? We can talk about other stuff and hang out and have a good time too. But I really want to
Oh
do
yeah.
an open panel thing with this political show. And we'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
political issues and stuff, but just as a little fun thing, maybe the last half of the show or something, we'll bring chunks of text from speeches that Donald Trump has said, and it's your job to read them aloud and make it make sense.
Hell yeah.
And we'll give the winner a prize. Whoever does the best gets a prize. Uh, I'll think of something. We'll give you an Amazon gift card or something. But all right, going on.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah. By the way, Azerbaijan would be the name of that one country that he's mispronouncing terribly over and over.
Mm-hmm.
He claims he stopped all these wars, and I'm the peace president, while also sending troops into like your own
Mm-hmm.
cities and taking over other countries and threatening NATO and all. Never mind all that though. I stopped this war with these countries that I can't name and don't know anything about. But
Mm.
I'm responsible for it, and Putin told me so. Daddy Putin said that I'm the best war stopper, and he's right about everything. Right.
Something like that. Oh my god.
Settled that one. They were going on for 35 years. I settled it in 1 day. And President Putin called me. He said, I can't believe I've worked on that war for 10 years trying to settle it. I couldn't do it. I said, do me a favor, focus on settling your war. Don't worry about that one.
Yeah. Putin came in and he said, Sir, with tears running down his face, sir, you are the greatest. You have done things that I couldn't do in 10 years. Trump, you are the greatest war stopper ever, because I, Vladimir Putin, value peace that much. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
does any of that make sense? At
No.
all? If you believe this, you're gullible and naive.
Mm-hmm.
We never asked for anything, and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force, where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland. And all we're asking for is to get Greenland, including right title and ownership, because you need the ownership.
Hold on, we'll let him finish that. But we're we're not asking for anything, but we're asking for Greenland.
Yeah. That's a pretty fucking big ask.
Yeah. We're not asking for anything, but could you give us a sovereign country and the free people that live on it, because they're yours to give. Yeah. But let listen to his explanation of why he finally says why it is he has to own it. Because again, we're free to do whatever military things we want with Greenland. Uh, we have bases there currently. We have troops there. We are allowed to bring as many troops as we want there and protect it in any way we want. Trump can, if he wanted to line up, missiles or troops or whatever all the way around the edge of it, they would let him do it. So why do you have to own it? Here's his explanation, and make sense of this for me, please. Oh, I screwed up the whole video now. Hold on.
Working on this war for 1 year, during which time I settled 8 other wars. India, Pakistan. I settled other wars that were. Vladimir Putin called me, Armenia.
He called me
Azerbaijan. He said, I can't believe you settled that one. They were going on for 35 years. I settled it in 1 day. And President Putin called me. He said, I can't believe I worked on that war for 10 years trying to settle it. I couldn't do it. I said, do me a favor, focus on settling your war. Don't worry about that one. We never asked for anything, and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force, where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
Says force a lot.
All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland. And all we're asking for is to get Greenland, including right title and ownership, because you need the ownership to defend it. You can't defend it on a lease. Number one, legally it's not defensible that way, totally. And number two, psychologically, who the hell wants to defend a license agreement or a lease, which is a large piece of ice in the middle of the ocean where, if there is a war, much of the action will take place on that.
All right.
Bullshit.
Hey, he said totally.
I don't know if you included it on here, but one thing that pissed me the fuck off about this speech is when he's like, I'm not sure NATO would come to our defense. Bitch, we're the only people who have ever invoked that clause, and they all fucking sent people.
It was Denmark.
Denmark had more people die per capita in fucking Afghanistan than any other country, including, well, I'm not sure if it includes us, but like, other than any other country. That, holy fuck, dude, we are the only people who have ever invoked that, ever. And you're sitting there saying that you don't know if they're going to come to our defense? This was 20 fucking years ago.
But you can't defend it unless you own it, because legally, totally.
God, like, oh my god, it's just like, I keep thinking there is that it can't get any worse. And then, literally, within about 2 hours, he comes out, and I learned there is no bottom yet again.
Yeah. We have troops on Greenland already, so we have troops all over the world defending all kinds of places that we don't own. Yeah. But all right, so I had more, and I did have a bit of Gavin Newsom's speech that occurred early this morning. I'm not a big Gavin Newsom fan, but he did say some things that I think were important to be said. And instead of playing it, I'll just kind of sum up in my Joe's final thoughts here. And then we'll let Lil have a few words, and then we'll say goodbye. So Trump has purposely tried to create all these distractions. As Steve Bannon said, we're going to flood the zone, and um, to all these extreme things are to distract, at least partially, to distract from the Epstein files release and the jobs numbers and the damage that Donald Trump is actually causing to our country, which is starting to show up in the numbers, which he goes to great lengths to hide. But rather than talk about that, he has us all talking about Greenland, including myself. But you have to. I mean, you can't just have somebody threatening to start World War III and not address that. Um, and that's the place that they live. We're just going to do awful thing after awful thing after awful thing, and it's kind of like the way that the cartels do sending drugs across the border. So what they'll do is they may send 2 trucks that they know will get caught with small amounts of drugs in them, so that one big one can get across with 10 times that much.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of the game that he's playing now.
Yeah.
And he's unfortunately playing it at risk to all of our lives, to all of our well-being, to the lives of our family and the future of our country. And I'm not okay with that, and you shouldn't be either. And I hope that um, you do feel that it's not your job to speak up about it, but I hope that you do feel the urge to speak out against the things that Trump's doing in any way that you can. You don't have to
Yeah.
have a YouTube channel. You don't have to fight with your family. Just when the opportunity's there and you oppose these things, we need to tell people. Even though we're not changing minds, occasionally some perspective gets through to someone, and that's
Yeah.
why it's important that we keep flooding the zone with the truth and logic and things based on actual patriotism and humanism. Uh,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
the things that we have to respond with, and we have to be tough. You got to be tough. If you're going to be
Hmm.
dumb, you got to be tough. So there, yeah.
Hmm.
What do you think, Lil?
Yeah, and it's something like I said towards the beginning is he's not going to be in office forever. I highly doubt he's going to even finish out his term. And the thing is that even after he's out of office, MAGA's going to fall apart.
Yeah,
So it's like we are almost through this, and yes, it's going to take a really long time to rebuild everything and rebuild our status if we ever get that back. But like this nightmare will end at some point.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, and the thing is we need people who are ready to be like who are willing to take the mantle once this is said and done.
I'm being instructed to ask you.
Uh, yes, essentially what it is it's a bunch of the Silicon Valley tech bros that essentially want to replace the government with techocracy. With like Peter Thiel, essentially wants the government to be run by AI.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it is a entire it's an entire thing that we could literally do like 6 or 7 shows on easily. But
yeah,
yeah, there is no going back to normal at this point, but there is getting back to some semblance of shit not being so fucking crazy.
yeah. Like we talked about earlier, you don't repair these things overnight. It's gonna be,
Hmm. It's gonna be a long time.
it's gonna be a process, and
Yeah, it won't happen in my lifetime, I don't think. It might
yeah,
happen in my son's.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that's where we're at today. So, yeah, keep on talking, folks, and
Hmm.
we'll keep on doing this, trying to bring you, our perspectives and the best information possible. So, um, I appreciate everybody coming and watching, and give us a like and maybe subscribe if you enjoyed the show. Um, we'll be here every Thursday at 1 p.m. and I will release the only the best people video featuring Ice Barbie Christy Gnome sometime in the next 24 hours. With that, won't you give us the shill, Lil?
Yeah, you can find me over on my YouTube channel at Lil of All Trades. Um, Politicality should be up there now. And with all the best people thing, I am planning on doing one on RFK because I cannot fucking stand that guy. And
Yeah.
I absolutely think, other than Trump, he's going to have the highest body count when everything's said and done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing those videos under the Politicality title with the intro that we use here, and I just kind of, unlike my one with Chrissy now, I'm like, hey, I'm Joe, the Kentucky Atheist. Lil's busy doing other things, so I still introduce it as the same thing, and I would love for you to work on that with me. So yeah, I look forward to seeing it. Maybe I'll get mine released actually. Before 9 p.m. I'll have it released, and
Nice.
you can see what I'm doing and everything else. And if you if you subscribe and click that bell down there, you'll know when I release these things, and you can keep up with that. It's up to you, but it's there. It's free. Go for it. Definitely go over and subscribe to Lil's channel if you haven't. And what else? We're always looking for people that want to come on and chat with us too. So if you have things you want to say, you want to use your voice and talk about these things, send me an email, thekentuckyatheist@gmail.com, or better yet, go over and join my Discord server that is flying through
You
the
can
chat
find me
there with
there
people.
too.
Yep. You can find us both on there, and DM me or whatever, tag me somewhere, and we'll set up a time and a thing, and we'll do it all, and we'll be there. And Will, Seth, and I are working on Late Night Trinity. All right.
Yeah,
That's
we're working on late night things, so that should be fun.
that's like when you're a kid watching horror movies before you go to bed, I think.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Follow Lil everywhere. Lil's everywhere, doing things with Java and Jugs, and see over at Embers a lot, doing things with Kelly, and hanging out here. You stay busy, Lil.
Yeah, I do. I try to.
Yeah. Average Joe said a message to Kip Davis here, and I think a lot of people can parrot this message too. Dr. Kip Davis, thanks for your scholarship and YouTube content. It helped me with my deconstruction. Keep doing the Lord's work, Kip. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't appropriate. But all right. So next Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely. See you here.
See you there.